Hey everybody, just a second or two late, but I hope everyone's doing well. I'm here with David, Garage Geek today. How are you doing, David?
I'm fine. My two of my dogs are like staring at me right now. They're like, "Who's he talking to?" I'm fine.
We got Mark Richardson Reeds. Mark's here early. Thanks, Mark. Usually you pop in at the end, so that's great. Good to see you. And we have Steve from Check Your Shelf. Hey, folks. Hey, Steve. Excellent. And yeah, I just wanted to do a second episode, so to speak, of our physical media rules. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of different things. David's got a big stack of books and movies and comics, I'm sure, and I have some as well. David's will probably be all new, and as I'm, you know, not having received much in the way of new stuff recently, I'll have to show off some. I'm trying to pick the stuff that I've gotten relatively recently, or at least this year anyway. So um, we got Nick from the Book Graveyard. Cool shirt, Jeff. Yeah, it's the shirt that Nick made. Yeah.
Well, that is cool.
And well, you're always on time, Mark. Even no matter what time you come in. Glad to have you here. Thanks, guys. Well, David, you want to talk a little bit? You've been quite busy recently. You want to talk about anything that you've got going on in your channel recently before we kick in? Besides
Yeah,
your little cute doggy?
it's really raining a lot here in LA, and so I shouldn't have gone out this morning, but I did two things. I went out and there was a seller selling some DVDs, so I went and grabbed those. I actually already just posted a video on that, and I also went to my first ever puzzle exchange. I have a puzzle channel as well called Jigsaw Geek, and that was so much fun, even in the rain. I got soaking wet, but I was like running around grabbing all these puzzles. I'm almost done editing that video, so yeah, a lot of fun. But I'm ready to watch a few movies after this is done.
Yeah, settled in for a cozy, rare rainy day in LA, huh? So, well, it
Mhm.
must have been fun because you get so little rain in LA to be, woo, the rain. Were you out there dancing like Gene Kelly,
I love
singing
it.
in the rain?
I didn't even wear a raincoat or a hat. I was just embracing it. It was so nice.
Well, being from the Pacific Northwest, I am very familiar with rain and walking in the rain, but it's not a rare occurrence, of course, there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I have some stuff in the pipeline, but I won't have anything up new for a while. But I'm glad to do this stream and glad for the people that are watching. So, um, let's get started with. Let me get to you up on. Are you okay? Can you let your little doggy go to be able to show something? What's your dog's name, by the way?
Oh, this one is Nana. I've got four of them with me. In fact, I have all of them. They're just all in here right now. Yeah, show things with her. She, for some reason, she wants a little bit of loving right now. Sorry,
Well,
baby, no love for
that's
you.
good. That's all right. Sorry
And
to
there's
make you kick
another
her
one
to the
behind
curb.
me.
Well,
Another one.
what do you want to show off? Here we got a few other people. We got Goat Man. Need to get past inside comfort feeling, then yeah, walking in the rain is nice. Yeah, for sure. Although it is also nice to be cozy inside and reading a book or watching a movie. And we got Donald Rex here. Hi, Donald. Good to
Yeah.
see you. Donald, if
Goat
it
Man's picture kind of freaks me out. But
yeah,
anyways,
it's cool, isn't it? Yeah, it's I think it's
freaky.
supposed to be disturbing.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want to show
So,
there?
so I got a vintage book in the mail, and I'm so proud of this. It just came this week. So this is Isak Dinneson's Winter Tales, and I just thought this was such
Oh.
a gorgeous cover. Now, unfortunately, as it wraps around, you could see that it's a little bit more like worn away. Like the colors are dull,
Mm.
maybe from smoke in someone's house. Maybe it could clean up. I don't know. Like the colors are much more vibrant on the front. But how beautiful is this book?
She's
Like
the one who wrote Out of Africa,
out of
right?
Africa. I
I
got a
think she has
farm
a different name too. She
some
has
hill.
something Blixen or something. Isn't that her?
Karen Blixen. Yeah.
Karen
Um,
Blixen. Yeah.
Donner Blixen comic.
Donner Blitzen, Comet and Cupid. Yeah. Okay.
They're,
Well,
they're,
that is that a wow. She's a stern looking lady if she looks like that.
yeah, it's some kind of like
She's a good writer though. I haven't read Winter Tales though.
yeah, I really like her writing as well. It's got I don't know, I just if I can find these beautiful old books for cheap, man, I'm grabbing them. So that I don't know if you want me to do one thing at a time or a
Well, go
couple.
ahead. Throw some on there. Uh, while you're looking your next one, Goatman, I have another avatar, but yeah, this is kind of awkward Goatman pick. I find oddly fitting.
Mhm.
You're freaking out, David, so that it's working. Good. What
Yeah.
else you got? You want to show, David?
I'm going to show this beautiful new book. So this is a brand new edition of.
Speaking of freaky.
Yeah, William Peter Blatty's The Exorcist, and look at that on the spine.
Wow.
It's got green pages.
It's got green puke color. Yeah.
Yep. When I saw this, I really wanted it. So even though it's a brand new book, I thought, nope, this is going in my new book collection. Look at how beautiful.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that out facing me. I'd put it with, yeah, thank you. No, thanks. That's one of the few movies that made the hair stand up on the back of my neck when I watched it in college on a little TV set in my dorm room. So
look at these gorgeous. Dope is here. Hi, Dope.
Oh, yeah, let me get sorry, I gotta get back where I can.
Should I do one more, or are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
One
hey,
more.
Dope, how you doing?
Okay, I want to show
you
one
for coming
to make
by.
you jealous. Okay, so I
hope
as
Mark said, or Exorcist is terrifying. I agree, Mark. That is a scary ass book. Boy,
so
go ahead. Sorry, David.
Have you seen this one?
No, you bastard. It looks great.
Weird. Yeah, it's really pretty. It's Weird Tales 100 Years of Weird. And I guess it's from, I just got it now. It's beautifully done. I guess it's going over the, like a lot of the pulp magazines. And inside there's actually like pictures. I mean, that even looks like a
Well, yeah, it's from the Weird Tales pulp, right? So they would have a lot of, and I wonder if it's pulling from some of the 80s and 70s versions too. But that's beautiful. Where did you find that? That's new?
Yeah, you can buy this off of Amazon, and it's really cheap, like $22.
Oh,
and
wow, that's nice.
It's kind of like they have a history, and then they have the stories, and there's illustrations, and it's just really a cool book. So I'm going to recommend that, you know, if you're interested at all in this, and I think a lot of our viewers are, that this might be something that you would be into, and you can get it so cheap.
Did you buy this online, or did you find this in a store?
I bought this at Amazon. And then, I mean, you got this. And then
it does look awesome, big time.
Yeah, Dope, you'd like this. And then
hi, Greg. How you doing, Greg? Good to have you.
Doing that.
Wow, that's cool. Oh man, I want that sucker. I'm gonna have to get that. I have a couple of Weird Tales collections, but they're from like the 80s or earlier.
It's embossed, and it's got that I don't know what you call that shiny stuff. It's got shiny stuff on it.
Gilt lettering or something like that.
I don't know.
So it's to 2023. So I heard that there's a newer Weird Tales being republished. So maybe that's kind of affiliated with the newer publication. Some other viewers would know more about it than me, but it's a nice hefty tome, looks like.
And it does say classic and new tales, and then they even R.L.
Oh, that's going on the wish list for sure, man.
And it's so cheap. Grab it. One more. Should I do one more?
Yeah, please do one more.
Okay, so John Fosse won the whatchamacallit award.
Booker Prize?
No, the big one.
Pulitzer?
No, the one about the bomb. Nobel. The Nobel Prize.
The one about the bomb.
Okay, so I got this book. It finally arrived. So I was mad though because it came all bent up.
Yeah, it's kind of dinged up. That's you can. Did you get it through Amazon or somewhere else?
Yeah, they just
Amazon will replace it.
Everything's rolling all around in it. I've got another book that's a little bit dinged up. I'm going to show too from the same.
Hate when that happens.
Yeah. So you know, I reviewed the book from this yesterday in my video from the same thing, and it was called Suicide, right? And so I actually ordered this one first and saw that one, but it just happened to come before. I've read his Septology and I loved it, and these books are thin, and so I just thought it would be another way for me to read something by the Nobel Prize.
That was the one about the bomb. It was a dynamite prize. Yes,
the dynamite. Yeah. Nobel.
I wish awesome books like, I guess the Goatman's talking about your Weird Tales one could unclip into smaller bits for reading, but yeah, the big tomes. Yeah, I love those big books, but they are a bit awkward to kind of, you know, shift around and stuff.
This is a beautiful book for your shelf. Like it's just gorgeous.
Well, the
And
hardback, like the beautiful ones that are made well like that, are the ones those are the keepers you want to have on your shelf for sure.
mm,
Yeah, that's great. That
yeah.
one's I'm ordering that one ASAP.
So what should I do? One more? One more.
Yeah, go ahead and then I'll do a whole bunch. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so this is the other book that I got, and it came all dinged up. I'm not the kind of person that returns something unless it's
It's got to
destroyed.
be pretty bad, right? Yeah.
So, Robert Emons is a
Ah, yeah.
YouTuber who makes these amazing videos, and he did one about comics and he recommended this, and it's called Tongues by Anders Nilsson. Didn't know anything about it. You could see it's like all dinged up and scratched, and at the bottom it's all like that.
It's mostly
I mean,
is it the dust jacket that's banged up mostly?
yeah, but I mean it's
Okay.
nothing terrible. So, anyways, this book has just outrageously amazing art throughout.
So is it looking at comics in general? What is it?
No, it's a story,
Oh,
and I
oh
don't know
wow.
anything about it. I bought it solely based on his recommendation, but I
Wow, it looks kind of wild.
yeah, and it does it. First of all, like the layout's weird. The coloring is interesting. Some pages fold out. Let me find an example of that. For example, they have these pages that awkward kind of just
Oh,
open up. There's like extra
oh, that's cool.
flaps for extra art. It's just a very weird, and I mean, look at this art.
Wow.
It just, and this was about the same, $23.
Well, that's a massive tome. So
But the thing is, you get this, like, I mean, look at this, like, what's this? You get all this like art in an oversized, very nice edition.
that's like you could almost a coffee table book size almost.
Volume
Yeah.
one. But yeah, if you're gonna get art, I mean, why not enjoy it, this big?
Yeah,
And
art that actually that you can see well. Yeah.
so that was
You know what it reminds me of a little bit with those flaps and things? Do you remember back? I'm trying to think if it was in the 90s, 2000s, when it came out. There was a group of there's like 3 or 4 books by this guy. He wrote it was like a kind of two people in different like a sliding doors thing, like they were slightly missing each other. They were searching for each other, but they were like different realities, and they were sending letters to each other. And inside it had art, and then also had like a little envelope, and you'd pull out the letter to read
that one.
that the guy's writing the girl. It was something in Sabine, I thought. I can't remember what it was called. Maybe some of the viewers would remember, but there were 3 or 4 of them, and they were really interesting. They started corresponding like pen pals, and then they got more and more
What you mean?
romantically inclined, but they couldn't find each other because they kept going to different places in the around the world, and they were in a different
I wonder how the
I
letters
guess
to each other.
parallel. Yeah, but that was one of the ones where you want to buy it new, because if it was used, someone might have dropped the letter out, and you couldn't find the letter in the envelope or something. But I think they eventually did meet up or something at the end of them. But it was a really interesting concept, and I like.
Spoiler.
Spoiler. Well, you don't want to invest all that time and then not know something good's gonna come out of it. But anyway, I think anyway. But anyhow, all right. Well, that's nice. Good.
Your turn.
Okay. Well, let's see. I will. Let me show off a few DVDs and Blu-rays. Oops, as you can see, I have some Blu-rays behind me here, and if I can't show it to you now, but on this wall over here, the front wall of my room, there is a projector screen, 120-inch projector screen. Can you guys see that?
Wow, look at you showing off.
I should have pulled it down so you could actually see the screen. Anyway, that's part of my cave and why I like to watch movies up here when I can. But I'm going to show a few things, excuse me, I've had for a while, and some newer arrivals, and some that were, one was sent to me by a very good friend named Randall Burrows. He sometimes comments on my channel, and he had this Australian set of the Alfred Hitchcock Hour.
Dang,
which I had never seen. I was very familiar with, or fairly familiar with the Alfred Hitchcock Presents. And there's a recent set from Imprint that has all 7 seasons, although I might be missing a couple episodes. But this is from the UK, so it might have an ever so slight pitch difference. I know there's some kind of PAL speed up issue that Doesn't bother me, but some people are very sensitive to it. Imprint has also released the first season on Blu-ray recently. This is a really good show. It's done by the same crew, I think, that did The Hour, and I think it was a little later, but did the Alfred Hitchcock Presents, which was which is a half an hour. And these are packed. These the DVDs are pretty straightforward, but there's a lot of episodes per season. I watched a couple for Halloween. One had Christopher Lee in it as part of a fleeing from a Satan worshiping cult called the Sign of Satan. That was really good.
Why would you run away from them? I don't know.
Because they were out to kill him. That's why. So, and the casts are great. The production values are great. Speaking of, you recognize Kolchak? Darren McGavin right there.
Last night.
Did you? Yeah, you hadn't talked about it for a while, so I wasn't sure. And there's Hugh O'Brien being all Studley, the guy who played Wyatt Earp and stuff. Mm-hmm. And season 3 has I don't think that's Sally Kirkland. It might be Sally Kirkland, who just passed away right there. It looks like Sally Kirkland. And I don't recognize this guy. It could be John Gavin from Psycho. Anyway, they would have been filming Psycho, probably around this time, so he would have been familiar with them. Anyway, it's got this sleeve, and it was a gift, and I've been enjoying the hell out of it. It's a really cool show. Hitchcock comes on and does his droll openings and closings and commercial break things, and he's always making fun of the sponsors. He liked to do that a lot. You're about to waste the next, your next several minutes or your next minute and a half before we come back to our story. Anyway, that's one. These other ones I've had for a little while. I know you got some Warner Archive Blu-rays before, and Warner Archive does really good job with animation, and I have a couple of Hanna-Barbera things I want to show off here. These are been out for a while. Johnny Quest, which I loved as a kid, which is one of the probably the best adventure animated show, at least at that time, came out in the 60s and highly formative for me as a young child.
Great.
And beautifully remastered. It's got a few extras on there. I had this already on DVD, but the Blu-ray was a no-brainer because they restored the original credits and things like that. And of course, the video was restored. And it's not a huge favorite of mine, but it was, I do remember it from childhood. I preferred it to the Flintstones, the Jetsons. Try to avoid any glare on there.
That's wonderful too. Yeah, wonderful.
And it's got some, really good vocal talent on there. And of course, they have all their, they do the Warner Brothers stuff, and I have all the golden collections with regular Warner Brothers did, but Warner Archive's been putting out these collector's choice and collector's vault releases of all the Looney Tunes that weren't previously released, as well as some that had been. So they're getting more rarities out. I've got a bunch of these. I've got some of their Tom and Jerry and Tex Avery. I don't watch that kind of animation stuff all the time, but they're like the shorts, especially, are like 7 minutes long, 6.5 minutes long, and they're good kind of aperitifs before you watch a movie or whatever. They're a lot of fun. Let's see if we have any. Here we go. Steve's got a comment here. Jetsons is basically Flintstones in space. Yeah. I just found, I guess I found George Jetson more likable than Fred. Fred was kind of a bully, so I never really liked Fred Flintstone. But it was, of course, that was a takeoff on the Honeymooners with the, what's his face, Jackie Gleason, which is also not a bad show. But yeah, George is more the usual henpecked husband, and there's some good. And both shows were good at making fun of, 50s life and things like that. But yeah, and Steve, yes. Okay, a couple more.
Can I say something before you move on?
Yeah, of course.
The Warner Archives, they're putting out more modern Blu-rays, and they put out a lot of Blu-rays already, but the ones that they're doing now, from I don't know, maybe 6 months and forward, they're now including cartoons that are paired with the movies that you might have seen in the theater. And they include,
I think they've been doing that for a couple of years now. Yeah,
and I think that is so cool of them.
And where they can, they try to put the radio show adaptations that came out at the time too. They've been doing that. George Feldenstein used to do that with the Warner night of the at the movies and the early DVDs that Warner's was doing, where he would have a short subject, a travel log, or a newsreel, and a cartoon. And he tries to do the same thing with a lot of these Warner Archive releases. I think I have. Do I have a recent one I could show that
You
has?
just have to you have to look, because a lot of them don't. I think the older ones, they don't have them, but they're doing them, I think, on almost all the new ones, which is
Yeah, yeah. I have. Let me see. I have.
It's an incentive for upgrading your DVD, especially if they have a commentary on it or something. But they often don't on the corner.
Here we go. So this is one I think that was done this year, Friendly Persuasion, which also was another one that looked like ass on DVD and now is gorgeous. This is about a Quaker family, has Gary Cooper and Dorothy McGuire, and I think Anthony Perkins is in it, about a Quaker family during the Civil War. It's a beautiful movie.
Yeah,
and
it's really good. It was up for Academy Awards. I don't know.
Of course, the one I grabbed doesn't have a cartoon with it, but yeah, they
a
often
lot of
put
them
a cartoon.
to be careful.
Yeah. Oops, sorry, I keep knocking this thing. Sorry, but yeah, I have but yeah, he does. When he can, he tries to, especially if the film's shorter. Oh, here we go. We got some stuff I missed here. Hold on, let me see. We got Goatman Confession Time. I like Barney more than Fred. I think everybody likes Barney more than Fred. I think you're supposed to like Barney more than Fred. Just like you liked what was Norton? What was this with a character that I can't think of his name, the actor's name right now. That the friend on the Honeymooners. I don't think you're supposed to like the main guy. Yeah, always root for the underdog. Here, what we got? Erico. Hi, Erico. I like the Looney Tunes Birth of a Notion with the mad scientist trying to get Daffy's wishbone. Yeah, maybe we could use a dog's wishbone. So, yeah, that's a good one. The Peter Lorre impression kind of that he has there. Yeah, thank you. Art Carney. Yes. By the way, Art Carney is in he's in a lot of excellent movies. He was a fantastic actor, not just comedian, comic actor. And he was in a movie called The Late Show from the 70s, and it had Lily Tomlin in it, a young Lily Tomlin, which I could almost stomach her in that movie. But he plays this hard-boiled private detective, over-the-hill private detective, and it's really good. You should seek it out if you can find it. The Late Show.
That was really strong. Why do you dislike? I saw her live show. I was like, why do you? Why
I like her on some things. Like when she was on The West Wing, I liked her a lot. But she plays. This is the problem. I don't really like ditzes. Like when Goldie Hawn or some of those. They're Lily Tomlin plays a real, basket case ditz, LA ditz in this movie. No offense to LA, but the type that she was into crystals and she was just like scatty. And
that's one role.
Yeah, well,
you sound like you don't like her personally almost.
No, I have no problem with her personally, but she's not going to get me to watch a movie. Let's put it that way. But she doesn't ruin this movie. It's very good. Anyway. Sorry if she's a favorite.
I like a couple, and I saw her live, so I don't know.
Well, I'm sure she's very good live. She's
good, right?
Sorry.
Go. She's family for me, right? So.
Oh, sorry. Well, I don't mean to attack your family. Okay, a couple other things I want to show. Then I'll get it back to you here. Now, this is a twofer. So, of course, many people have heard of Shane. Speaking of great westerns, and this is a fantastic western. It's one of the best.
Cover. I love it.
And Alan Ladd, who wasn't a big man at all, but he's got a lot of screen presence. I like this actor a lot. And this is a beautifully filmed western by George Stevens. Jack Palance plays the bad guy. It's very famous. It gets parodied because the little kid is running after Shane, saying, "Shane, come back!" So I'm always saying, smart ass remarks to my wife, who likes this movie too, and pretending to be the little boy.
I'm sure that's not annoying at all.
Not at all. But believe it or not, they made, in the height of the Western, kind of at the tail end of TV Westerns when they were starting to fade, they made a TV version with Dave. This is a terrible picture, but David Carradine is Shane. And he actually does, this is a pre-Kung Fu David Carradine, and he does a really good job in this. But they make a few changes. In this movie, Jean Arthur is married. Jean Arthur has kind of a smoldering passion for Shane, of course, this mysterious stranger, but she has a really good husband, Joe, played by Van Heflin, and Joe and Shane really like each other. But in the series, of course, because they wanted to keep it going, the husband has died, and she's a beautiful widow, and she's played by Charles Bronson's wife. Here, if I can get this, it's just a picture of David Carradine as Shane, but he wears the same kind of buckskin jacket and stuff. But it's got beautiful Jill Ireland as the widow who is making goo goo eyes at Shane and not liking he has to go off to town and fight some bad guys. But it's really good. I'm surprised how good it is. They have to kind of rejigger the dynamics a bit because in the movie they have the rancher who's against the ranch, the longtime rancher who's settled the territory, and he doesn't like these farmers coming in, and he's hired guns to kill them and drive them off. But in this one, his name is Riker, and this one Riker is almost like a not an anti-hero, but like a sometimes sides with Shane. I just watched one with Warren Oates as this kind of creepy mountain man family who comes in thinking that Shane is somehow has killed one of their kin and they're out to get him and stuff. And boy, that was a good episode. So you might think David Carradine is Shane, a Shane TV series. That doesn't sound very good. It's really good. It's quite well written, actually. I'm surprised how good it is. If you like kind of classic Western stuff, TV stuff, it's pretty damn good. Let's see. Yeah, we got some comments here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, Erico, best Western film ever. It's definitely one of them. It's in my top 10 Westerns for sure. It's beautiful. It's a very kind of square, old-fashioned, traditional Western, but it's beautifully done. It's just so good. Yeah, Shane, come back, Shane.
Oh, God, Shane. We had it again.
There we go. Yeah, you could tell how I could annoy my wife about that. And Nick says he likes the Alan Ladd noir movies. Yeah, I have another Warner Archives one called... oh dang it, what is it? It's one where he's kind of taken on some gangsters. Something I can't think of the title, dang it. But anyway, yeah, of course, This Gun for Hire and The Glass Key and stuff like that. Yeah. Riker portrayed by Jonathan Frakes. Yeah, it's Jonathan Frakes in the TV series, and David Carradine.
Steve, that's exactly what I thought when he said Riker. Didn't you hear me? I was like, I said
Rikers with a Y. No, I didn't hear you. Often in these streams, when I go back to watch, I say, "Oh, David said," or the other person, Larry said this or that. Yeah. One more thing to reestablish some sci-fi cred. I got this year earlier. Now nice. This isn't a weird. This is Babylon 5. I don't know if anyone's a fan of Babylon 5. I watched this live when it was coming out it was the PTN network or whatever, but it was kind of streamed in syndication or put on syndication, stripped, I should say. And this is the Blu-ray set. Now it's kind of weird because it's not a Blu-ray case. Right, here's the typical Blu-ray case, and a Blu-ray TV series case would be just the same size, right? This is my other one, Blake 7, which is wonderful, but it's in a DVD case, but they're Blu-rays, so, and they're just kind of stacked on spindles, but because it's 5 seasons, it's a very interesting show. It was not big budget like Star Trek, so at the time Star Trek Deep Space Nine was starting out around the same time, and there's a whole conspiracy theory that J. Michael Straczynski, the guy who created this show and wrote most of the episodes, pitched this to Paramount, and they said no thanks, and then shortly thereafter created Deep Space Nine, set on the space station too. So how much of that is apocryphal and how much is reality, who knows? But it's a very interesting show. The problem is that they were going to cancel it at the 4th season. So JMS, as he's often known, J. Michael Straczynski, the creator and showrunner, he had a 5-year plan that he had planned out. It was one of the earlier ARC shows on American television. British television had been doing that kind of ARC show for a long time. But, where there was like a serialized overreaching arc. And now it's almost every show in America now does it. But this was ahead of the curve for sure. But he was kind of forced to truncate it and kind of move stuff up. And then they said at the last minute, "Oh, you got another season." And so he's like, "Oh shit." So he had to kind of slap together that last season. So the last season's a little weak, but there's some really cool stuff in this show. So I don't know if anyone else is a big fan of Babylon 5 or not.
The first season, and I need to keep going.
It gets better after that. Although I do like that first actor. Apparently he was having some emotional problems and mental health issues and had to leave the show. But he they did bring him back for a couple of good things. Let's see. I've always wanted to watch Babylon 5. Yeah, it's a little expensive. I was waiting for it. I think it dropped to $69.99, and I pulled the trigger on it because it's 5 seasons of 20 episodes each, so or 22 episodes each. So I think it's 110 episodes. So it's a pretty good value for that. Yeah, Garibaldi was a great character. Yeah, Mark, thanks. Yeah, I like Garibaldi too. The Bruce Boxleitner replaces the Michael O'Hare, the first actor, and he's a little more dynamic, I suppose. But there's something really interesting about the first captain or commander. I always thought the actors playing the aliens were by far the best at quality of actors for sure. Especially there's a kind of warring race of reptile versus the more humanoid people, and the Minbari and the Narn, and the actors they got playing the two ambassadors are really outstanding. So anyway, that's just a bunch of stuff that are among the massive piles of movies I have. I'll show some more later, but it's your turn now. Let's get you up on the screen. But I don't know if you have any of these on DVD or anything.
I don't have Babylon 5, but it is, I think, readily available on streaming. So that's how
I'm sure it is. So that would be the one to
wait, no, I actually think I do have a season or two on DVD. I maybe that's how I watch it. But anyway,
sorry, just one quick note about this is that they did the effects, the way they did the special effects, they were kind of early computer effects, and they were pretty cool. And they're still effective, but those were not, for whatever reason, they weren't rendered in 35 millimeter like the regular footage was. So those are kind of upscaled, the effect scenes, but they look pretty good. And the actual filming, the stuff that was filmed with the human actors in costume and 35 millimeter looks great. So I recommend the high def versions, however you can get a hold of them.
Yeah. So Goatman wrote a long comment. So
okay. Let me. I didn't see anyone before I made this big again. So let me go up there and here we go. If a show gets lit for a season, I think they should be forced to make minimum 3 to 5 seasons so that we can get that big story played out. Yeah, instead of all the amputated series we have gotten over the decades. Yeah, Fox was notorious for that, Goatman. There were all these shows like VR5 and there was, I guess they did give the one with what's her name? I can't think of her.
My favorite is having a brain Stargate Universe, and that was only given one season, and
which is surprising considering how many seasons the other Stargate series ran.
And it was so damn good, and it ended on this amazing cliffhanger, and I was like clawing. I wanted to know what happened, and I mean that's an example where
there's so many, especially sci-fi, science fiction shows that they did that they canceled.
Yeah.
There was a ton of them. If I did a little research, I'd come up with about 30 that Fox alone killed before they should have. Surface was another one that was not great, but it was about do you remember Surface? It had Lake Bell. There was a bunch of these weird undersea creatures that were coming out around the world and starting to attack, and they just left it dangling and canceled it after the first season. So these people want to make these story arcs, the producers and showrunners, but they don't think about if they get canceled. And so
all right,
okay, what you got, sir?
I contacted a seller on one of these apps, and she goes to home like estate sales, and I contacted her, and she sent me a box of stuff. And so in the box was a freebie. It was, I don't know what this is about, but it's the Chocolate Cowboy. And
cool. It's a record. And Daddy's Whistle.
And Daddy's Whistle. I mean,
is Daddy's Whistle on the flip side then?
I guess. And then when you gotta whip it out. It's yellow. It's so awesome.
Have you played it yet?
No, I'm afraid to play it. Actually, I don't know if this is meant.
It looks in pretty good shape.
Yeah, but these things are meant for those old kind of kids record players
that are kid record player. Yeah, I used to have one of those.
Needles. It's even got a little thing. But on the back, yes, it is Daddy's Whistle. So I don't know. These titles and seem kind of weird. Daddy's Whistle and And
Yeah,
the
sounds a
talking
little
cowboy,
interesting.
a little bit. I'm like, what's going on here? So I got this one, and I actually asked for this one, and she threw that one in. And this one is Roy Rogers and Dale Evans sing
Oh, nice.
Bible Tells Me So. And have you
Oh.
read the Bible today? I wanted it. I thought it was so cool.
Oh, I like Roy Rogers and Dale Evans. I know they were pretty religious, but
oh my goodness. And I guess all of them are yellow. But
oh,
this one has like a green label.
is it from the same
Yeah.
publisher, same
They're
company?
the Little Golden Records. And this
Oh,
one,
right, like the Little Golden Books, but they're Little
yeah.
Golden Records.
So I may have a couple more of these. The paper is like really flimsy. But originally it was 25 cents. And I don't care that this is a religious. I just think this is really neat. And I wanted it.
Nice painting on the front.
Mm-hmm. And
well, the state sales is right now probably where you're getting all the great stuff. I know I had a friend on the home theater forum, and he went to some estate sale, and he said there were tons of like Doc Savage books and pulps and shadows and all, he said, Jeff, looking from your channel, you would have rated this thing big time. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm so jealous. I'd like to go to one of those. I mean, you're sorry when any people pass away, of course, but rather than that stuff going in the skip or something, going in the dump,
exactly,
you need to, someone else can get it. So you got a couple of those. Yeah, Mark, that Rogers thing is very cool. So now, if I'm right, Dope is a comics guy, not a vinyl guy, right?
Yeah, but he just won 2 awards at the Comics Channel. His videos are stunning. They're hilarious. If anybody's on here remotely interested in comics, he makes them so funny. And his videos are short, and he puts in all these like effects, and he puts in these clips that make you laugh. Everybody on here, you need to watch at least one of his videos, and you'll be hooked. So everybody get over to Dope's channel and at least watch one.
I think I've subscribed to Dope, but I don't know if I've watched much of his stuff, so I need to do that. Sorry, Dope. I'll catch up on some of your stuff. And I want to also plug Mark's channel too. He has a great channel. Definitely.
I love his little picture. He's all like,
he has this place he calls the Grotto. It's like his kind of a, I guess it's a separate building or room or something that he has, and it's his sanctum sanctorum, and he lights his pipe and talks about his books and stuff. It's great.
Oh, well, then I gotta watch that. That's hilarious.
Goatman says something here. Hold on. One of the things I'm doing on my channel, I have to check out Goatman's channel too. More. He's reading through the Catholic Bible and King James Bible only in short parts and bumbling narrations. Interesting. I didn't know that.
The Bible as literature, I've tried to read it a couple times. I don't know why I keep putting it down, but it's very interesting. And I mean, it's canon. You need to know it for our culture.
Yeah, you do need to know it, well, especially when you're reading classics and stuff. There's a lot of allusions to it for sure, and a lot of literary allusions and references. Even today, when I'm like teaching students TOEFL and the ACAN here in Japan, which is like the TOEFL or the CELTA, I guess, or whatever, there's a lot of biblical references these kids have to study, and of course they're completely clueless about it because they're not from a Christian background, so it's kind of hard for them to learn. Cool. So, any more records, or you got some?
Oh, now I've got books, so I'm going to show a few more books.
Okay,
so I got this really little cool volume called Time to Come, edited by August Derlath. And
August Derlath doing a science fiction collection. That's really cool.
So it's all
Philip K. Dick.
I know, isn't it? It's crazy, right? It's got
Clark Ashton Smith. Wow.
I know, isn't this weird? Like a weird little volume with all these like.
It's really cool cover, and looks like it's one of those. Is it one of those kind of stubbies, those smaller ones, or is it?
Stubby. Yeah. That name.
Yeah, that's Jake's term for him. Apparently, according to Richard at Vintage SF, they're called rack size, which I'm sure is entirely correct because Richard is always correct there, but with his terminology. But I like stubby. I think, or little small pocket size.
Well, here's another stubby for you. I think I like stubbies too.
Yeah, maybe not for the same reason, but Salambo.
Salambo. This is the high priestess of ancient Carthage. God, I couldn't get that out. And this is actually by Gustave Flaubert. But
Wow.
I
He's a
was
beautiful writer. I didn't like Madame Bovary as a story, but his writing was amazing. I didn't know he
like,
wrote this kind of one, a historical
yeah, and that
fiction, huh?
I love these old books. They're so awesome.
Well,
So
you did a
puppies all the
video a
way.
couple of weeks ago where you went through a whole bunch of those kind of pocket-sized historical
Yeah,
melodramas or whatever,
got
right?
a bunch more in. So here's this one isn't a stubby, it's a little bit it's the regular size, but this is John O'Hara, a great writer. A family party. I
Rex.
just thought it's a 35. This is still like 35 cents, but I just think,
It's
great old
it's
novel.
Stumpies. Stumpies, not Stubbies. I thought he said Stubbies. Okay,
I like
Stumpies. Well,
Stubby. No,
I like
Stubby's
Stubbies
better.
too, but I guess Stumpies is probably better.
No,
Looks like a
Stubby.
nice little nugget. What was
Um,
that last one again? Sorry, I was catching up with the comments. Sorry.
yeah, it's just John O'Hara, a
That's a
family.
bantam, huh? That's interesting. Larger than usual size bantam logo on that one.
Here's one from a movie tie-in, and I'm collecting these silver and gold spines. So
Oh,
this is
I
a
love the
movie tie-in.
pocket books ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
and
the
if you can,
fiercest heart. Who is the actor in that? Can you see that cover again? I might be able to
yeah.
recognize him.
So there's these three up here. That looks like
Oh, they're like ex-cons on the run or something.
oh, here they are.
Stuart Whitman, yeah, and Juliet
Juliet
Prowse.
Prowse,
That's she's got to be very young in that.
Raymond
Juliet Prowse,
Massey,
Raymond Massey, and Ken
Geraldine
Scott,
Fitzgerald.
Geraldine Fitzgerald, Rayford Johnson. Interesting.
Okay,
Okay, that's a
so
cool
yeah,
cast.
got a nice
Yeah.
illustration on the back. Here, this one, I just love this, but this is in really bad shape. It's like coming apart, as you can see. Who knows? Probably like cockroaches were living in there. But this is called Harbin's Ridge, and you got this
Oh,
lady,
nice.
this guy's drinking the moonshine, and then over here, like I don't know, like if they're this, they must be the same people at different times, or like she's hanging on them. I mean,
I like what Erico says because I've seen some booktubers do this. Getting a rack, one of those spinner racks for their vintage
they're
paperbacks.
cool. A lot of
That's a
people do
cool
that for
idea.
comics too, but you just have
What's
to have
that?
space for it. They do it for comics too. Comic collectors have
Mm,
one, but you just have to have the space for it. So this
yeah,
says
somewhere where you're not going to knock it over. In my case, probably.
no, I don't have room for it at all. A tale of lust and vengeance in the Kentucky hills.
Someone's having a good time with their moonshine there. Are
Yeah.
you in your? You're not in your. It's too cold for you to be in your garage now, right? So you're
No,
not in your
I'm
garage.
supposed to be out there, but because of the dogs and everything, I've got a huge mess out there. I kind of just moved in here for a little while, but I need to get back to my garage. Here's one called Mickey, and this tomboy could upset anybody. Like, look at her; she's like, ooh,
Yeah. Ooh, all coquettish. Yeah, that's
yes.
cool. What does this say from the author of what? Brony, something on the top there? Not a brony. I'm assuming not a brony.
It doesn't say from the author
I
of.
thought there was something right there on there's like small text up in the upper left side there.
I
What
don't
does
see
it say?
Clementine.
Lots better. Sorry, Lois Butler, something Mickey. So,
I guess it was a movie. It says Lois
uh,
Butler stars as Mickey, an Eagle Lion Cinecolor production. I guess they made
Eagle
it.
Lion, that's a British company.
Yeah.
So
So
this must be a British edition. Is that a what's the who's the publisher? It's very interesting looking.
it looks. Isn't that the Bantam logo right there? Maybe I don't
It
know.
does look like Bantam, but it's really
No, it's a
strange looking.
chicken. Well, Bantam is a hen, right?
Yeah, well, Bantam's a rooster, I think. So,
Bantam Books, New York.
oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. But Eagle Lion, I thought was a British company. It's got a signature. That's cool when you have that kind of stuff in there.
Mhm.
Well, so this is all in that same lot that
I
that the woman sent you.
Yes, these are all from that. And I'll just show this really fast because this has a great cover. It's more modern, but it's all tore up. So I'm probably gonna give this one away.
Oops, sorry. I did something weird there. Sorry. I clicked the wrong thing that I didn't mean to. Here we go.
No, I'm done
Okay.
anyways, but I think it was on purpose. You're like, you talk too
It
much.
wasn't on purpose. The Edge of Tomorrow. Is that is it a novel, a collection? What is it?
Let's see. I don't know. It looks like it's No, I guess they're stories.
Okay.
Because it's got all of this.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Well,
Well, it's
that
quite
would
a
be
few of them.
actually really good to read.
I need to read more Asimov. I like him as an editor, but I'm less fond of his prose. But
The
I
Ugly
have
Little
read some of
Boy.
his stories. I've read Nightfall and I like his Black Widower stories. Have you ever read those?
No, but I did read Nightfall, and that was amazing.
Well, the Black Widowers are based off of a real group of sci-fi writers in New York that hung out together, including Lester Del Rey and I think Lynn Carter and Frederick Pohl and a bunch of guys. And so uh, Asimov took these characters and are these real people, and he made kind of caricatures of them for this. So it's basically these different people, artists, a businessman, a lawyer, etc. They all meet for the once a month at this Black Widowers Club. I guess they're all single guys or widowers or whatever, and they have a butler serving them, or I guess he's a butler. What's his name?
These
I think his
people
name is
sound
Henry.
privileged.
Anyway, the butler is the one who always solves the mystery. So they invite each time they meet in each of the stories, the guys, one of the members of the club, invite someone to tell a mysterious story that they don't know the answer to, and they all cogitate, give their different theories, and at the end, it's Henry, the butler guy who's serving the dinner and the wine and all that, who comes up with the solution. So. Oh, Mark had. Anyway, they're a lot of fun. He wrote a bunch of them because he dabbled in. They were published in the Ellery Queen Mystery Magazine and stuff. Mark says, "I like that Asimov volume. Read that when it was new. Wow, cool. Do you still have that, Mark? You still have that volume?" Mark has got a fantastic. I mean, he's got a ton of different kinds of stuff, from Robert E. Howard and Star Trek stuff to a
really
whole wall of naval fiction and naval history and stuff. Because he was in the Coast Guard, so he's got a real fondness for that kind of stuff. And it's pretty impressive. He has the Patrick O'Brien, Aubrey Matron series. He has all of the Folio Society editions all lined up. Those are gorgeous.
Some money, huh? Each one of those like $60-$70.
I'm sure he loved the series, so it was worth. Like all of us will pony up when it's something we really love. Anyway, okay, I got after. So I don't know if you guys, anyone watched my $6 Million Man flip through, comic flip through, or my when you and Paul and I did our Halloween stream around my birthday there, David. But my wife had found that on Yahoo Japan auctions, and so I said, "Well, I wonder what else comics wise is on the auctions." And I got a few things, including the Creepy that I also did a flip through, and I had a few others that I haven't shown yet, so I'd like to show those. Again, I'm not much of a comics guy, and these are a real grab bag because there wasn't a lot, a variety that was on the Yahoo auctions. But first, I'm going to show off some of these. They're all from a little bit older than me. They're all from 1967. So these three came together. We have Forbidden Worlds, which seems to be a military sci-fi mix-up or something. It's got a little chunk out of there, unfortunately, but
that's a good one. Really good.
It's got this one story with the little green man thing that comes at the end here. Where is it? Try to show. I guess it's kind of like a variation on the EC kind of comic style or whatever. So, it's not fantastic art or anything. This, I don't know who put this out. It says ACG.
Yeah, it's a weird. I don't know much about older comic history, but that series is interesting, and I like that.
This is July, or this is 144 issue 144, I think, and it's from July 1967, and that came with 2 Sergeant Rock issues.
Yeah, that's a beautiful one. Look at that red cover.
It's got a pretty cool back too with the American astronaut thing. And again, the pages are faded and stuff, but for a almost 60-year-old comic, it's not looking half bad. I think I got all 3 of these for about $8, I think. Shipped.
Great.
So
I mean, that's great. What's the splash page like on that one? Does it have a nice one? Sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. Yeah.
That's the first. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. See, half of it's text, but otherwise, yeah, that's really nice.
And then I have this one has a cooler cover.
Oh yeah, that one's not. I do prefer the other one, but that one's got the Nazi symbol, which a lot of people collect covers with Nazi
That's
symbols.
a little disturbing, but
I know.
I'm sure it's very true. It's got
Mm-hmm.
an interesting thing on the back too. Build these Aurora hobby kits of your favorite TV shows. Look at that.
Nice.
Is that the Batmobile? I think that must be the
Yeah,
Batmobile up there. Interesting. And yeah, so um, whoa, that one's kind of well, it's again they're a little fragile condition, but pretty cool. I remember Sergeant Rock a little bit from when I was a
Richard
kid,
said that
and
what got him into
this
comics.
some of these are weird, and they're ones I wouldn't normally have collected, but after watching you and Donald Rex, looking at some of these older kind of more comic-y comics, you know, Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I got this one was
They're
also just a few bucks,
they're really
and they look like they're fun reads.
yeah.
Yeah, and Sabrina and her, I guess, more witchy, traditional witchy friend. Sabrina's, foxy witch, I guess. And whenever they did the art, the Betty and Veronica and stuff, of these Archie related comics, which I guess this is the Archie Comics group.
Yeah.
They always did pretty good job drawing the pretty sexy young ladies and things, which
Yep.
is not a turn off for me. And then I got this Donald Duck.
Aw, gorgeous.
And it's got a Carl Banks story in it.
Yep.
This is actually from the 80s, but they were releasing several stories. The art is very uniform, I guess, and maybe they have a house style they have to follow. So there's one where he becomes a park ranger for a while. But the last story by Carl Barks is quite good, Knight in Shining Armor. And I have read this story because I was curious. I keep hearing about Carl Barks, and he goes to this snooty ritzy Halloween party, and he dresses up as a knight in shining armor, and everyone's making fun of him, apparently, and oh ho ho, where you need a can opener to get out of that and all that, and then knocking him into the duck pond and stuff. And fickle Daisy is like, I'm so embarrassed, and of course someone is trying to be a lion tamer, and the lion escapes, and everyone's running away in fear, and only Donald in his suit of armor can get them back into the cage, and my hero at the end and stuff. So anyway, it's cute. And like I said, I'm not going to collect a lot of individual comics, but I was just curious after my wife had picked those other ones up, and she got these for me too, so which was really nice of her. So
I think the Gladstone issues, normally at the end they'll have a box or a page, and they tell you the art and the artists for each one, and I appreciate that because I don't know much about.
And they had all these different ones they were putting out, and they're talking about what's going to be in them and all that, which is really nice. And they also mention it too in the front. They have this letters thing, and I think they mention, or maybe it was from the. No, it's this issue's credits, which is really nice. They have this issue's credits there on that left side of that inside cover, and they say this story by this guy. It was published then, and this we have a Carl Barks classic, etc. So that was cool.
You could look them up, and you could see the original issues. It's kind of a fun tour through history when you buy one of those, because you're getting different eras of the comics in one comic, and then you can go back and look. Oh, this was put out in the 30s, this one in the 50s, this one in the 70s, and you get and then they usually put one modern story in as well. So it's kind of really nice.
And the modern ones, they're very good at keeping them kind of in the same tone, which is nice. Yeah, grab bags are fun. Yeah, for sure. Sergeant Rock got me into comics. Yeah, well, Sergeant Rock I think was a lot of people's entry. I think that because Army stuff was really big when I was a kid, for sure. Growing up in the 70s. Karl Marx is a really famous author. Yeah, I did it sound like Marx. I said Karl Barks, like a arf. Steve, thank you. Yeah, comics are fun. That's right. Comics should be fun. That's
Donald on the commune.
Yep. Well, Donald's right though. Too many of that's why some of part of the comics world really turns me off. I have a guy I used to interact with on one of home theater forum who he was filthy rich, and he'd buy these early Supermans and Spider-Mans for thousands and thousands of dollars and never read them, just sit them and just holding on for collector's value.
Well,
yeah, it doesn't sound like doesn't sound like his works would be a good seller. Yeah. Oh, oops. No, Steve, you knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing there for sure. All right, I'm gonna do one more. It's not a newer acquisition. I just realized I had it on the shelf. I knew I had it somewhere, but I didn't know I had it here. I'm a big fan of Hellboy and Mike Mignola, his art. So, and I need to get more of Hellboy, but I just have this one, which is Seeds of Destruction.
I think it's the first one.
I think so. I think it's the origin.
Yeah, I recently read that and I loved it.
Oh yeah, it's got a Robert Bloch introduction, which is interesting.
Yeah,
and just I don't want to fold out the spine too much, but Mignola's art is just something else. It's so really distinctive.
It's really distinctive. You're right. It's and
I'm not holding that right very well. But
after you watch,
sorry, what were you saying?
When you watch the movie, you can't help compare it to that.
Right. And of course, the Hellboy. As I love the Del Toro movies, the two that he made. I wish he could have made a third. I think he didn't. His conception of Hellboy was not 100% right. He kind of played him in some cases, as a lovesick teeny bopper, and Hellboy is more like a tough 40s private detective dude, So, I just got a notification that my channel is going live. It's a little late, but anyway. So anyhow, so I liked the movie, I thought that it was didn't really capture Hellboy 100%, but I did enjoy what he did with the show and with the characters, and I especially like what he did with Abe Sapien, the fish guy. That was awesome. 3D comics were so cool for me as a kid. They still are. Yeah, well, that's one of the things. I have some 3D movies because I have a 3D projector and a 3D Blu-ray player, and I have a whole selection over here of 3D movies that I can watch, and I've got my 3D glasses. Some of the 3D Film Archive, headed by Bob Fermanack, they put out a couple of Abbott Costello movies, and they included Abbott Costello 3D comics as part of the menu as an extra feature on that. So that's cool. And they even include, with some of the more recent releases, the red and green glass, red and cyan or whatever glasses. So if you don't have a 3D player, you can enjoy the comics and stuff. They're pretty cool. There's one on Africa Screams, etc. So anywho, do we have any more comments? Let's see. Here we go.
That I want to talk about.
When I see the Hellboy in the shops, I keep looking at the bigger and bigger volumes. I think I need to get them all, but I still haven't even bought one yet. Yeah, that's the other thing. I love all these cool, massive omnibuses and other epic collections, but they're not cheap. They're not cheap. So you gotta be picky and pick and choose, I think.
Hellboy has what's called, they have the library editions out, and there are
those hardback ones.
Yes, they're actually they're really big, and they're really nice, but you just have to kind of collect all of them. I started, and then I decided I didn't want to take up all the shelf space. I'm kind of regretting it though, because they're so they were much bigger than comics, and then bigger than even magazine size. Those are
this one is maybe comic size, I guess.
The same as a comic. Same as a comic,
but more. I think it's much more affordable. But yeah, it'd be nice to have those big ones for sure.
But there's also one that I missed, and I really would like to get it. And it is the entire thing in one big volume. Now I have the one on. It's called Big Damn Sin City, and it's got one volume. And they did it with Hellboy too. And I would like to get that. I hope they reprint it. But that's
just showing this for Mark. My Aubrey and Maturin set, Patrick O'Brien set. Yeah,
it's a beautiful set. Is that Library of America? I think so.
That is a British harp. Oops, dang it! I keep knocking my table. Sorry about that, guys. I'm clumsy oaf that way. That is a HarperCollins UK edition. So the Norton, W.W. Norton put it out in the States. And that one, I did a video on it. The American, first version of the American one had apparently a lot of typos. And I read the British one didn't. So I bought it through them. I think in my video, I mistakenly call it Norton there, but it's the UK HarperCollins editions. And they're beautiful. They have 4 novels in each of the 5 sets. So, and I know Mark is a huge fan also of, but anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. I just, he talked about it. So he said, I keep looking at that over your shoulder. So,
it just,
yeah,
there's a bunch of different ways that Hellboy is available. And, I mean, if you want to get those, the kind that you have, a lot of people sell them. And if you're patient, you can find them, because people buy those and then they upgrade to the others. And so
I need to pick them up too. Is there a finite number of Hellboy? Is Manola still putting them out?
So this is the thing. It's like a Hellboy verse, because then they've got the BPRD, which is a whole
the BPRD, and they have Lobster Johnson, and
there's so many. But people have told me that you've got to get to the BPRD because that blows Hellboy out of the water. The whole team dynamic is really good.
Yeah, well, that's where they have,
they're still putting out together. Hellboy. Like there's comics now of like on this.
But is Mignola just overseeing it, or is he actually doing the art?
To be honest, I don't know.
I'm sure he isn't doing all of it. So, I know they had a couple more Hellboy movies. The Crooked Man, some people didn't like that. It was a recent one and it was low budget, but I liked it. It actually captured the feel of the comic more than the other movies. The one they did with David Harbour as Hellboy, the guy the sheriff from Stranger Things, he's excellent. He does a good job as Hellboy, but it wasn't a great movie for sure. But they keep trying. Manola keeps trying to get a movie series going again, but the comics are probably where it's at there. Okay, are you okay? We're at an hour. Are you okay to go a little longer, like another 20 minutes or so?
I've got 2 steps.
I don't want you to get all tired out. You said you get tired out after an hour of live streaming.
I usually do, but I'm okay right now. So
okay, let me make you bigger then.
In half. So we'll do 2 more rounds.
Okay,
and I'll do them quickly. So
I don't have a whole lot. I have a couple things. So yeah, we'd be fine then. Okay.
Two rounds then. I'll do.
Okay.
So, and I'm like I said, I'll go fast. So I've got this Torch for a Dark Journey. I mean, that looks, I thought, really cool.
Oh, cool.
This one is.
This is all still part of that estate sale.
Yeah, everything. So except I think there were 4 that came from an individual seller.
Okay.
But this one is Neville Shute, the guy who did On the Beat.
Yeah.
But this one is like a drama. Pastoral. Yeah.
That's a beautiful cover.
It is. And I mean, it doesn't sound sci-fi at all.
Is it it's sci-fi? I don't think. Well, no, Neville Shute is mostly kind of a straight novelist or adventure novelist. I think the closest he came to sci-fi was On the Beach. What is the publisher?
These ones are Bantam. Let's see. Pocket.
Is that Bantam as well? Pocket. Okay. Yeah,
it's just the older version because of that red and green. Like the next one,
it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous cover. Wow, and it's in really good shape too. Damon Runyon, the one with the fast talking horse race guys and stuff. Yeah, the Lemon Drop Kid.
Musical? Guys and Dolls, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a great gothic one. I wish it were in better condition, and it's got a cool title. Whispers.
I wonder if Nick's still watching. Whispers from the Dark Side of Tomorrow by Othello Peters. That can't be a real name.
I know. I showed my friend, like, that's got to be.
Can you show that cover again, please?
Othello Peters.
That's a pretty interesting gothic. Yeah, it doesn't have her running away from a house with a lighted window, but it's definitely got a gothic feel.
An innocent girl plans an escape from evil.
Oh, it definitely is a gothic then.
And here's a horror book. Horror books are actually going way up in price. This is not very good.
Yeah.
But
the Sentinel, that's an interesting movie too.
And then this
does it even say the author's name? Oh, it's one of those ones. Cool.
And it's too bad it's all nasty, but
I don't think it's that nasty. Is that clip on the top cover supposed to be there or not? The little,
like I'm saying, it's not in good shape, but I'm actually happy to have it.
Oh, the colors are good on the cover there. Yeah, and the binding looks fine. Yeah, Nick at the Book Graveyard, who had commented earlier, was talking about how at near where he was in Ohio, in Dayton, they had the book fair, and apparently the last year they had to call the cops because they had these, I don't know what you call them, scalpers or whatever. Yeah, here it is. Oh, you said your Gothic was an illustrated Gothic. Did you look inside?
As you're talking, I'm showing the pictures.
Wow, cool.
Keep talking. Yeah, I can do that while you're
Well,
talking.
anyway, he said that I guess it's recent, maybe after the Paperbacks from Hell edition came out, but these people who go and they scan it with their phone to see if it's worth money that they can resell it for the resellers, and they apparently were causing such a kerfuffle at the book fair the year before that they had to call the police. So Nick was not sure he should go this year because he thought he'd be smacking some of them around, but apparently they said ahead of time that the uh, police were going to be there. But can you imagine police at a book fair? That's pretty funny. But
if
what
you
a bunch of scumbags,
YouTube,
though, man. They just let
if you
people.
watch YouTube, it seems like it's not safe to go anywhere. Just the behavior of people in general is just
I'm
really,
glad I'm in Japan.
really bad. Now
I miss out on these book sales, but it's pretty safe here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's as bad as YouTube, but if you get in the wrong situation, like people don't know how to behave anymore. It's always me. It's not about courtesy for anyone else. So I got another Doc Savage. This one needs to be cleaned, but it's number 8.
That one's in great shape. Mine's beat to hell. That's the second one. What
I have this one, I'll give it to you because I haven't checked.
No, you should keep the best looking one, but it's not the greatest cover. But that book is really fun because it's got dinosaurs. So how can you not like Doc Savage fighting dinosaurs? We allowed scanning at our library book sales, Mark says.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I guess, Steve's continuing. The Moral Cretins was coincidentally also my band name in college. Oh, Sleepy's here. You can start the show now, Sleepy. Yeah, well, I'm trying to keep David going. You know how he starts to fade after an hour, like a hothouse flower, but he's hanging in there. What was that last one you just showed? Nicole Nichols.
A tape set, which I got.
Oh,
I think I'm going to give it to a friend. But
a books on tape thing. Wow,
this is a
haven't seen one of those in a
while. Of Michelle, so I was like,
yeah. Love to her up.
So the next one is
that's her autobiography, right?
Beyond Uhura, Star Trek, Michelle, read by the author. I guess so. Yeah, she's the author.
Have you read the Gore novels? Sleepy, I've read the first Gore couple Gore novels. Before they got overly into the S&M stuff, and they were pretty cool Burroughs pastiches. But yeah, Steve says Hothouse Flower was also my band name in college. Yeah. Beyond Uhura, great find. Yeah, cool.
So this one, I actually wrote them back and I gave them $6 more because this Philip K. Dick books are more expensive to get, and so I was like, I'll pay a little more for this. But it's really nice to get anything.
Wow, it's in pristine shape too.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Well, I'm surprised science fiction books haven't quite got to the same as kind of not hoarding, I guess, but scavenging that horror books seem to get, especially those 70s and 80s horror books seem really well.
There's a couple authors that like Philip K. Dick and some.
Yeah, they go for big money quite often.
Stephen King's old books go for outrageous prices.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, Goatman made a good point here about this couple just going in and throwing a bunch of comics in the whole section and left. It's just, it's disgusting, really, that kind of behavior.
So I
saw David flash the Gore novel super quick. Did you have the Gore novel? I didn't see a Gore novel. Did I miss it?
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to spend 5 minutes on each of these books.
Yeah, but show the Gore novel. Which number is that? I can't see the title. 2. Outlaw of Gore.
Yeah,
number 2. Yeah, that one's good. I think Tarnsman of Gore, Outlaw of Gore. The first 2 or 3 are pretty cool. Pastiches, Burroughs pastiches, I guess. Although he's doing his own thing, but it gets really ridiculous as it goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark saying, "Yikes, Goatman." Yeah, about that. We got some. Let's see. got to catch up with some comments. Man in the High Castle was challenging, but generally a good read. I don't like his writing style, but the story was really good. Yeah, I've not liked what I've read of Kate Dick so far, but I know he's very well beloved in the science fiction community.
I recently read Ubik and I really liked it, but it was weird. But
Did you show a Star Trek logbook, or was Mark
couple of them.
commenting on how you
Yeah,
did show some?
yeah.
I
So
guess I missed those too. Can you pop those up again for me? Sorry, being selfish, but I didn't see them.
so I have another one in here. So I actually, this is a double, so I'm going to give that to somebody. So
I'll take
these
it.
I don't have, so I was happy to get this one.
Nice, log 3, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those fondly. You know, Barnes and Noble put out those really nice, some of their nice editions. Ah, and they had all the James, not the logbooks maybe, but the James Blish short story adaptations, and
That one.
well, the ones that had like, yeah, and they put like the 5 or 6 of them in one volume, but that thing goes for tons of money now because it's out of print.
No, I just got. That's not true. I just got all of them. I showed them recently, and I got them for a couple of bucks. Like
No,
I
not
got,
the individual ones. This was the big Barnes and Noble leather bound one.
no,
that
no.
they
Well,
put
I
out.
wouldn't buy leather in the first place. You can.
Well, you know, I think it's faux leather, so don't worry about that. But
yeah, but I got them all in hardback. There were 3 volumes, and I put them all in, and they were super cheap.
Sleepy says, "Unlike" is one of the best Philip K. Dick
He met
novels.
Ubik.
Oh, Ubik. Okay, yeah, I was wondering if you met Ubik, but
oh yeah,
I know so little about Philip K. Dick that I wasn't sure if there was a one called Unlike too. So
that's the one.
yeah, I heard a lot of people talk about Ubik. Yeah, is that the one that's about the drink or something that people take that puts them in dream states or something?
Yeah, in fact, I can't even remember exactly, but it's a product they're trying to sell, and then it gets gets very meta.
No problem, Sleepy. You should see me when I'm trying to comment fast. I'm always mistyping and feeling really annoyed about it. Wow, number 1 Blish. Yeah, I guess those are harder to find.
That it was really cool. I've got a bunch of them. I don't know if I have that one or not, but the one that
you just showed number 1, I think you said you had there.
Yeah, I do. And
or was that log 1? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, this one is in really good condition. So I was happy, although it's dusty. Chris
Goatman says, whispers, I haven't liked most Philip K. Dick I've read, only Ubik and Galactic Pot Healer. Philip K. Dick, how do you say that? Exegesis? Exegesis? I don't know. His notebooks are unreadable.
Exegesis, maybe.
Yeah, I remember on their, you know, they're doing a series. It's Ira at SF Words of Wonder, Matt at Science Fiction Reads, and Richard at Vintage SF are doing the Ballantine best ofs, and they did a video, a long discussion about the Philip K. Dick collection, and it sounded pretty interesting. So I would be happy to get the collection of his stories, I think.
Your turn.
Was that it? Wow. Okay. Yeah, that was
set, but that
was great. Well, you're beating the hell out of me on books today. I don't have
I got a big box in.
Any new books, but I am going to show a whole bunch of something that I've been collecting on Blu-ray. And nerd alert, I'm a classic Doctor Who fan. So the BBC has been putting out lovingly restored or upscaled in many cases Blu-ray editions of the whole seasons of these classic, of the first 7 Doctors. The earlier ones, very few of them yet, because I think they're still trying to get a hold of because there's a whole bunch of them that are missing and some are being reanimated. These are the most lovingly handled classic TV releases. I think there's 26 seasons. I think there's 5, 6, 7, 8. There's I think about 17 or 18 have come out. I have most of the ones. There's 2 that have come out that I haven't picked up yet. I have the only one of the first Doctor that's been put out, season 2, and these are the American. They have really beautiful but more bulky special editions that they put out in Britain. But I started and I like these smaller ones. On the British ones they have different cover art for each disc, but in American ones it's the same each one. But these are so packed with extras. There are hours and hours and hours of extra features on these. Every single episode has commentary tracks. I mean, it's nuts. And so so I'm just going to run through these real quick. Sorry?
That sounds amazing. I love commentary. I don't understand why everything can't have a commentary because it's cheap to hire someone to do a commentary.
And this is getting. They don't have any of the second Doctor Patrick Troughton sets out yet, sadly, but I hope we get one pretty soon. He's amazing actor, and kind of that's when they came up with the great concept because they were having to replace the first actor, and they said, well, let's just say that this character can regenerate into a new face and new personality, but it's the same person, and they were off and running for 26 seasons, basically before it
Yep.
was brought back in the 2000s for the newer series, which I don't like nearly as much. It's slicker and better effects, but it's not my taste as much. So this is John Pertwee, the kind of more studly Victorian dandy adventurous type guy. This just came. This is the most recent one I got, I think, and this
I
just
like
came
them.
out last year. This is a really good Quatermassey style season where he's exiled to Earth by the Time Lords as people because he's getting involved with helping people, which he's not supposed to. And then season 2, it's the same artist painting all of these, and they're the British ones have a booklet. There's no booklet in these, but that's all right. These are much cheaper. And season 3, which now this is the weird North American. This is actually season 10. And this is one of the earlier ones that came out, but they renamed them in America for this is John Pertwee season 1, 2, 3. So it's actually in Britain they're just in order of the season. So this is actually season 10.
That is confusing.
And this is sorry, that was season 9. My mistake. Sorry, this is season 10.
How dare you? There's season
And
10. You
yeah.
oh,
But it
turn in your
says
who
John
card.
Pertwee season 4, right? So
Turn in
yeah.
your who card
That's
right
because the American one is confusing. Okay.
now.
And then we have the
Really
most famous and probably the best Doctor, Tom Baker, season 1, which is season 12 in actuality. And I mean, this
That's a
is barely.
thin
This
one.
is the special features list. It's barely. I mean, it's not covering it at all. They
That
take all
season
because
is
they put.
so much thinner than the other
Well, that was
seasons.
the early one. They've made them a little thicker, and they've added more and more extra discs where they do like profiles of the actors, not just the main actor, but in directors and producers. I mean, it's just nuts. They put so much love and TLC into these sets.
For that.
This is Tom Baker season 2. Season 13 just came out. I haven't bought it yet. I'm going to get it soon. I think the North American edition doesn't come. The British one came out. The American one comes out in January, and that's when I'll buy it. And there's one that's Sylvester McCoy, Doctor Number 7, and I'm not a big fan of him. So I'm waiting for that one to go really cheap, which they sometimes do. They have a Prime Day sale. But for completeness, I'll get it to get all 26. But this is a fantastic season. This is
Tom
season
Baker.
14. Tom Baker, and he's in a Victorian Sherlock Holmesian kind of Fu Manchu sort of one called The Talons of Wang Chiang, which is amazing. That's one of the strongest seasons of the whole show. Then I have season 17, which is his fourth season, right? No, sorry, this is 15, season 15. It's the nomenclature for American ones.
Put a magic marker on the front so you don't forget.
I'm not gonna do that. This is season 17. And Tom Baker was the longest running Doctor. He was in it for 7 seasons. So, and then his last season, season 7, which came out a while ago. And this one has, some of them have slips and some don't. I don't really care. I'm not a slip cover guy, really. And then Peter Davison, who I did a Marjorie Allingham Campion video recently, and he played Campion as well as Tristan on the original All Creatures Great and Small. He's an excellent actor, and he's Doctor Number 5. This is his first season, which is season 19. And then I have season 20 with him, which is where I first got into the show when this was first airing on PBS. This has the 5 doctors where most of the actors come back together. They had to get the first doctor actor had died, so they've got a replacement actor to take his place. And then we get into some of the where the show is starting to really, the BBC didn't like it anymore, and they were being chintzier with it, and they got this god awful costume for the 6th Doctor, who the actor is pretty good. His name is Colin Baker, no relation to Tom Baker, but he was fired after 2 seasons. This is truncated. We're getting into season 22 and 23 here, I think. And then we have, I have season 24, Sylvester McCoy, who I'm also not so fond of. The show was getting a little garish and silly at this stage, but still some good episodes here and there. And the one good season that he did was his last season 26. So, and I don't have season 25. That is out also, but I haven't bought it yet. That's the one I'm waiting for a super cheap price before I'll pick it up. So I see how many people left after seeing me talk about Doctor Who here. We got some things to catch up with. The comments here. Dave, pronunciation is correct. Okay. I'm guessing
exegesis. I said
exegesis. Yeah, very good. Okay. Dave is on fire with the titles. Okay. Let's see. We got check your Steve. 6-7.
I don't know what it's in reference to, but 6-7. It's crazy right now. Like, don't get me started. The kids are doing it all the time. It's driving teachers fucking nuts.
Is this some kind of a slang thing? So I maybe
yes, it's a video.
Steve is being sarcastic.
If you say the number 6, the whole class just goes 6-7. It's
I guess Steve's down with the kids. He knows all the new slang. But again, he and Paul on their channel are the hip hop of BookTube, I guess. So Tom is the best. His scarf alone gets him to the top. Yeah, Tom Baker's great. Yeah, I really like Davison. Davison is really good. A really strong actor. I don't know what Erico is hee-heeing about, but probably something stupid I said, so that's okay. Okay, well, one more round, sir.
One more. Let's go.
Let me get you big, and then I wanted to ask you too. I want to do one of these for next month for the holidays, so we can show off some holiday stuff. Does that sound all right to you? We'll do one of those for the holidays.
Yeah.
Okay. I got some obscure Christmassy stuff to show.
Okay, you probably have seasons of Doctor Who. They have like Christmas special Doctor Who, so you probably got those.
Well, the new ones, I don't have any of the new show other than
I've watched a lot of the new ones, and I kind of
it's all right.
Yeah, we won't go there. So I have more of these green and gold. I mean, there's
the pocketbooks.
Yeah, but the Fools of Time. I love these. I just want to collect as many as I can. This one is a Cardinal edition, and this one is a 35-cent. The Adventurers.
And Ernest Haycox is familiar. That name.
Yeah, it's got a really cool. Let them fight over her. Just let them.
Now you like the full frontal covers. Do you get annoyed at that stripe on the side?
No, because I like the series, and I like how they look on the shelf.
Yeah, they look really nice. I have some of the Silver Spine Earl Stanley Gardner's. Yeah. No, I haven't heard of this. The Fools of Time. Is it science fiction? What is it?
One is it's smaller. This one takes up a lot more. So I much prefer
I think the smaller one is the narrower one is better.
Now, unfortunately, this is a great book, but it has lots of water damage, and I'm kind of mad because look at this freaking cover. She's like in the water getting freaky. But it's all you know.
Oh yeah, that's a sexy cover right there. Yeah,
savage white girl. Vera Young was a Scotsman. I mean, look at this.
Yeah, Erico is excited about the prospect of a holiday special, but I won't be talking about the Star Wars holiday special. I'm sorry, Erico. I know you like it, though. Frosty. Yeah, the Steve's once again going with the lingo there. Are those fantasy and sci-fi encyclopedias on the shelves behind you, Jeff? Yes, they are. Those are the I don't want to steal from David's thunder there, but I'll show them later. I'll show them later, Sleepy. But yeah, they're the trade paper versions, though. And let's see, Mark saying Ernest Haycox is a good read. Yeah, I've heard a lot about him. I think he's had a lot of books adapted into classic movies. Sorry, go ahead, David, please.
Okay, so I got this. I'm so happy to add this to my collection. A Battlestar.
Nice.
But it's a wraparound Frazetta cover.
Frazetta did a Battlestar Galactica tie-in
right
cover?
There, Frank.
Wow.
I know, isn't that awesome?
Can you show the front again, man? That is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's got the Frazetta touch, man. Yeah, although the Athena there on the cover is not quite as
Yeah.
as badonkadonk as is frequently the case with
And
the Frazetta's ladies. But
I
yeah,
love
I
the
love Frazetta.
and look what
That's cool. You got, and then is this one of the ones you got in a lot, or is this the one that came? Still, are you talking
no,
about ones from
the
the
ones that
estate
came
sale?
separately. I'll do last. There were 4.
Okay,
I'll show those. They were a separate one. So look, I got this. So I'm just so
nice.
happy. I think there's there was 1 or 2 more books in this series. I need them. I was so happy to get this because it's expensive. I
Didn't you? Is this is one of the series ones, not the original novel? Because I know
no,
you
this
showed the
one is
original novel in a previous stream we did
no,
with
this
the
one is
newer
based
edition.
on the movie, right? So I'm
Oh,
desperately
cool.
trying to get the Planet of the Apes, the original one. So I'm on the hunt for that one. Um, and I've never even
I
read
got a
that.
Space 1999 tie-in by E.C. Tubb.
Yeah, uh, awesome. I watched an episode of that yesterday too, and I loved it. Here's a close encounter, and it's actually written by Steven Spielberg. I wonder if that's true. I don't know. But
Yeah, I wonder about that too.
yeah, it's
Maybe back in the day. When was what's the publication date? Is it from 77 or 78 or whatever?
it must be when the movie came out. Let me see. It's the Dell book from 1977.
No, well, it's possible he wrote it, just like George Lucas wrote some Star Wars books,
And
right? I think.
here's a silly fun book. Here comes
Ah,
Snoopy.
Snoopy, nice. I remember reading all those. Snoop, that's an old Snoopy too. I remember reading those Comic Digest things
So fun.
all the time
Look at
as a kid.
Charlie. Oh, so awesome. Look at him.
Yeah, those are the really early ones. Yeah.
Yeah, so awesome. I got another copy of Splinter and the Mind's Eye. I mean,
Ooh,
I
I don't
love.
have a copy of that. I'll buy that off of you. I need to get one.
Yeah, I want $50. Of course,
Okay. Well, you
I'll
have
throw
the
it in your
beautiful hardback, but if you see another one on
no,
in your
I'll
shopping
throw it in your
side,
box.
no, put it on the side. I don't want to take you that one because you need a
No,
paperback version
I
too.
have a hardcover and a soft cover. I've got an extra. Um,
Well, give me the
this
more beat up one. Cool, Twilight Zone one. Cool.
I was actually just looking for some of his books, and this one is a little bit like beat up, but I'm really glad to have it. Some of his
The
other,
cover looks in good shape, but it's a little water damaged. Looks like
yeah, the
maybe.
back is. It's like there's something wonky with it. But I'm happy to have it. Some of the covers of his the Twilight Zone books or the Rod Serling short story books are really beautiful. They're creepy. This one is crap, but I'm really glad to have
Oh, we got Larry here. Hey, Larry. Yeah, that Frazetta cover for BSG is pretty cool.
it. And we
And yeah, I
targeted.
think Richardson's Mark is also liking it too. Great looking Battlestar Galactica. Love Logan's Run with Michael York. Yeah, and Jenny Agutter. I'm with Larry. She was the girl of my dreams. Yeah, Logan's Run, Walkabout, American Werewolf in London. Yeah, she frequently was not shy on camera. Let's put it that way. And Sleepy Lucas used Alan Dean Foster to ghost. Yeah, that makes complete sense. Alan Dean
Mhm.
Foster is the one who wrote Splinter in the Mind's Eye anyway, right? So yeah, that guy is the king of the movie adaptations too, I
Yeah,
think, or
that's true.
movie
You see his name everywhere.
novelizations, I should say.
Hmm. So
Yeah.
I
Did you have a few more?
no 4
Yeah.
more, and
Okay.
this is the separate.
So now we're done with the estate sale and we're moving on to it. It was a separate one. Okay.
So I got 4 books in a box, and this one in a packet. The Affairs of Caroline Sherry.
Sherry.
Look at her. I
Wow.
mean, like that is a
Yeah,
great.
those great man. Modern books just suck for their cover art. The old classic
Now
ones are
everyone
so
bashes
good.
modern when we talk about old. I don't buy into that at all. I think there's plenty of great modern art on books. So let's
Maybe
just
in some of the
say this
comic
stuff
books
is
and
amazing.
but on the fiction novels, there's most art it sucks these days, especially for fantasy and science fiction. I think
Okay.
gone are the days. Corpus Earthling, nice. Who wrote that one? The Leslie Charbonneau or something?
Yes, isn't this
Corpus
Louis
Earthling.
Louis Charbonneau? I mean, but look at her. She doesn't have her shoes on.
Is
She's
she
like,
falling through time? Is she sitting on a rock? What's happening
I
there? I'm not
don't
quite
know.
sure.
She was marked as the first victim of the Martian invader. Oh, actually,
Ooh.
she actually does have shoes on. But I mean, these things are so funny. Like, look at that. Madness on his mind. Frazetta, I think he's trying to
Yeah,
say.
Frazetta, I think, yeah, is what Donald meant. Oh man, the nurse from American Werewolf. Oh
Hi,
yeah,
is this a Frazetta cover?
wacky,
No?
wacky.
Is that
No,
Frazetta?
I don't think so. I think he was talking about
But
Battlestar
look, it
Galactica.
could be.
I guess it could be early Frazetta. These popes are turning Dave straight. I don't know what the comment was in reference to all the girls on the cover, I guess, huh?
Well, let's just
Frazetta
say bye.
presented a series of Battlestar Galactica paintings for TV Guide. Interesting. I did not know that. Cool. Well,
Now
that makes sense why he would be with the tie-in then.
this one is just, I don't know what's up with this mushroom
The
phallic.
Atom Conspiracy. That's a cool cover, though.
I don't
like it.
know. I'm
Is
kind
that
of
an
like,
ace?
yeah. This one is Ace, the Atom
It's a
Conspiracy.
regular size ace, looks like. Jeff Sutton. I have no idea who Jeff Sutton is, though.
And the last one. Here's the last one. This one is Valley of the Flame by Henry Kuttner, and we got this.
Oh, you got a Kuttner with a great cover. Nice.
Look at that crazy cover, and there's
Like,
even back.
oh yeah.
So I got some good books this week.
Yeah, you got Kuttner. Yeah, and that is in really good shape too. Nice. Well, you're way outdoing me on the covers here for sure. So I can't match with that, and also with the books. But Sleepy mentioned here. I'll just move. I got to go in a little bit probably because I got to call my dad. But not that I'm not having a lot of fun. But it's my weekly check-in with my dad. We got some. Yeah, Sleepy, great set of paperbacks. Wow, yeah, those are some amazing finds you got, David. Okay, well, Sleepy asked about the best ofs. Let me grab those real quick.
And Sleepy, while he's grabbing those, I think he's actually done individual videos on them, so you could watch them.
I haven't done these yet. Michael K. Vaughan did. I need to do. And I remember I was familiar with the Encyclopedia of Science Fiction in hardback when it was in its first edition, and then it came out in this. It was hardback and trade paper, and I got the cheaper paper. I probably should have got the hardback because it's massive. It's a phone book. I don't even know what are we at 1,386 pages or something, but it goes through various movies and authors and
it's the Bible.
It's pretty awesome. It's John Clute and Peter Nichols who did this one, and then John Clute and John Grant did the Encyclopedia of Fantasy along similar lines, and it's not quite as thick, but it's still quite thick. I am going to do a video on these at some stage, but there's not much to say about them other than at the time they were pretty definitive, but this one's not the newer edition. David G. Hartwell, who does a lot of editing, and Mike Ashley, who does a lot of the British Library of the Tales of the Weird, etc. They have a lot of people working with them. This is from '97, so it's definitely out of date, but it's pretty massive too. I think it's what are we looking at? Yeah, about not quite 1,100 pages. So focusing on fantasy and probably some horrors in there as well. Great resources, especially if you like older stuff as I do. So since Sleepy mentioned those, I thought I would pull those off the shelf.
Cool.
I'm going to do a video soon on the ones next to it here. What I have of the big Otto Penzler's big book of adventure and big book of ghost stories, etc. I'm doing one on that this week.
Let me jump in because I just watched your one on the Mario Brava.
Mario Bava? Yeah, not Brava, Bava.
It's Brava to me. But anyways,
Brava.
Mario
Brava. Yeah.
Was so good, that book. And so he says it costs like $1,000 now. But as you flip through it, you get all these Italian like movie posters, and that book is
Sleepy. Do you think these look huge, Sleepy? I'm going to show you the Bava book real quick now that David mentioned it. It is 12 pounds, man. I have the hardback SF, but no copy of the fantasy one. They are updated online. Yeah, that makes most sense, Mark, to update them online. Okay, real quick. Here, David, I'll put you up more so you can talk about something while I wrestle this heavy tome out of the...
Everybody in the comments, tell me what you want to talk about now. Put it in. I'm on the spot. What should I talk about? Okay, I'll show these records again. Look, pretty. The Bible tells me so. And these
man, if you want to work out...
There you go. I did it.
Good job. Thank you. If you want to work out, this is the one to see here. This Bava book. Oh my God, it's huge.
Don't rip it. Be careful. It's $1,000. That book.
And it's beautiful. I can't show it really properly. Uh,
Yeah, but every page has almost pictures
yeah, and what's sweet about this is that Tim
movie.
Lucas's late wife designed the layout entirely of this book herself. It's just beautifully laid out because they produced the Video Watchdog magazine, and this was a lifetime's worth of research, pretty much 20 years or more for Tim Lucas. You
Wow.
get the idea. It is exhaustive, and it's not just about Mario Bava. It's really tracing the whole Italian film industry, and it's amazing. I did a video earlier on about it where I flipped through it. So if you're interested, anyone watching, please check that out. It's pretty
It's
it's
one
pretty
page
crazy.
out of print. And like he was saying when he did the video, like he checked on eBay and they were going for 1,000. I don't know what they sell for, but they were
I think 900 and up to a couple even at 2,000 $2,000. It depends on who's paying that money. I don't know, but yeah, it's almost bigger than me. Yeah, it's pretty big. I'm not the biggest person, but it is pretty big. Yeah, weightlifting. Yeah, it's 12 pounds and it cost quite a bit to ship. I bought it when I think I paid 130 for it. Was when I got it at the time.
Wow.
But it's at least yeah, because it's out of print and they made a finite number of them. It was very expensive. It's very expensive now online.
Such a cool book. I just
But
watched.
it's very cool. It's a what did I say it was? It's 1,100 plus pages. So and it's a lot of tiny text, and it's packed full of info, and it's pretty impressive.
I just watched the first Italian science fiction movie, and I reviewed it.
Yeah, and you said Bava
actually directed it, but it was horrible.
Well, Bava did a lot of behind the scenes stuff that wasn't
He was
always.
a cinematographer.
He was, yeah, but it probably looked interesting, maybe.
No, it was terrible.
No, okay.
It was
pretty early anyway, I guess. So
no,
I have one last
his fault. It was they used all these documentary clips and they just put them all together. For most,
I'll just do one last thing and then we'll sign off. But this is one of the more recent books I got. I think I did a video also for Oddball Murder Mysteries or something like that, and I mentioned this series. This is the Kramer and Zondi series of mysteries, and they're set in South Africa during apartheid in the 70s. And the Caterpillar Cop, yeah. James McClure was an Australian journalist and writer who was working for a newspaper in South Africa, maybe in Durban. I forgot exactly where. And he wrote this series of, I think, 7 or 8 novels. The first one I showed in the video was called The Steamed Pig. But during apartheid, so blacks and whites heavily separated in a very terrible way. And Kramer is a Afrikaans South Boer guy, basically a white guy, and he develops this pretty close relationship with his sergeant, who's Zondi, who's a Bantu, I think. He's a black guy, and they solve these weird murders.
Oh, you did. You went over those books recently.
Yeah, I went over them briefly, and when I did that, I was like, man, I should get more of these Kramer and Zondi books, because that one I had found, I think in Thailand or something at one of the places I was staying at. And I had heard about them in the past, and that one was really good. And so I found this one somewhere on Amazon JP, and it's the cover. It's in pretty decent shape, but it's old. Cover, there's some foxing and mildew on the inside, sadly, but it was pretty cheap, and it came to me quick. I'll just read the blurb real quick. The blurb on the back here, right? Faced with the mysterious and brutal death of a young Afrikaner boy, Detective Kramer and his Bantu assistant Zondi realize that they will have to cast aside all their fundamental assumptions about the society in which they live if they hope to crack their most difficult and unforgettable case yet. So for mystery fans, or especially kind of police procedurals with some political underpinnings, that's a pretty cool series. Sleepy's feeling torn between reading books and movies.
Well, I have a solution for you, Sleepy. You got to watch the movie with subtitles and listen to the audiobook, and you get them both done at the same time.
Yeah, sorry, Zondi, not zombie. Zondi, Zondi. Zondi could be Zondi, Zondi. I'm not sure how to be pronounced, Mark, but yeah, Kramer, Detective Kramer, and Sergeant, his Bantu Sergeant Zondi. Anyway, very interesting book series. So that's about all I got, and about all I got time for, David. But any last thing you want to? You had a couple of videos coming up. I think, did you mention your new video of a new batch of movies you got?
Yeah, I just posted a video of a haul video, which Sleepy constantly makes fun of me because one time I ranted about hauls, and then I do them. I'm such a hypocrite. And
Did
then
you rant about halls? I wondered
yeah,
why you kept saying a hypocrite, right? So
yeah, because haul videos make me like they fill me with FOMO. I just got to go out and buy more, 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 and so I get mad at haul videos because it's of my own cycle.
And now you're giving us FOMO, so you know.
Yeah. And then tomorrow I also have a puzzle video because I went to a puzzle exchange. I'm going to edit that and it's going to be on my puzzle channel. And I'm going to be on Brucifer's channel tomorrow. I've never been on his channel. Yeah,
is that the one that you said had a lot of members at the same time?
Yes, Kingdom of Nerds. So I'm kind of nervous about that because I don't like group things, but you know, I need to go on because you know he's been asking me, so we'll see how that goes.
All right. Well, I really appreciate you coming on, David. Enjoy what's left of your rainy Saturday. It's Sunday for me and my one day off. I appreciate everyone jumping in and you know, commenting and watching. I really appreciate it, and hope you check out David's channel if you haven't already. Those of you who are less familiar with him, I think most of you are by now, probably that are watching. And yeah, like please check out the other channels of people who commented here. You know, Goatman and Sleepy and Larry and Erico. I don't believe Erico has a channel. I'm not 100% sure. Erico, correct me if I'm wrong. The Check Your Shelf boys that Steve's on there, Check Your Shelf, and Mark Richardson at Richardson's Reads, great channels. So and the Book Graveyard, of course, if Nick is still hovering in the background there listening while he's doing something, I don't know, but Nick's channel is amazing, and you guys really appreciate you watching, and thanks a bunch, and we'll see you. We'll do another stream for sure next month, something more holiday related, books and movies, etc.
Cool.
David might even have some Christmas comics for all I know. I know some of your some of those digest sci-fi pulps you picked up had some Christmas covers, the little green aliens, the galaxies or something like that. I think you had some issues.
I don't remember, but I'm sure. Like there's so many. Yeah, I'm sure.
I have no channel. Okay. Well, hopefully you will someday there. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much, guys, and everybody. And David, we'll catch you next time. Thanks a bunch. See ya.
Bye.